Alright, purpose of this video is just to show a few of my favorite knots that I like using while I'm fishing. I just got some heavy braid right here and a big snap spool just for showing you. But one of my favorite go-to knots when I'm tying main line to a swivel, preferably a snap spool because you're going to have to wrap around it with a loop, is the polymer knot. So basically double up your line right here, go through the swivel, pull it through, do like you're doing an overhand knot, come around into here, with that loop there, take your swivel and go back through the loop, and at this point kind of hold it in place, pull tight. Now this right here is one of the strongest simple knots I've ever used. And you can do it from all sizes line all the way up to like a 100-pound mono. And won't slip on you. Very strong, very dependable. Alright, the next knot we're going to do is the Uni Knot. Go ahead and go through your swivel. Pull it through a little bit. Now you're going to be doubling back. Make sure you got plenty of tag line there. So now you have this right here. You're going to come around. If you're using mono, about 6 to 8 twists. If you're using braid, do about 10. I'm just going to do a couple quick twists for this video here. Pull it tight. Pull it all the way down. If you're using mono, make sure you lubricate the mono so it doesn't have friction wear on it. Always pull on your tag in to lock it off. You can do that to a swivel. You can do it line to line. You just do the same thing when you got two lines together and go on the opposite way. Pull the loop over this way, twist. And then when you go on the other way, pull the loop down, twist. Tighten both ends, pull together, lubricate if it's mono, pull your tag ends, and you're good to go. It's a very strong knot, reliable knot, especially doing line-to-line connections. Alright, so here I'm going to show you the Uni Knot line-to-line connection. So you got two lines running opposite way. Top one, I'm going to pull over, do a loop. Braid, you want to do about 10 twists. Mono, you probably want to do about 6 to 8. This particular instance, I'm just going to do a few twists here. You're going to go ahead and pull it to where it's almost tight. Because you want to be able to still slide. And make sure when you're doing mono that you are lubricating the mono so when you pull you're not making friction wear. So same way with the other side, we're going to go the opposite direction here. I'll pull that tight, almost tight should we say. Pull those two together, make sure you lubricate if it's mono. Get almost to there, tighten up your tag ends. Pull it together, you got a nice knot there. Pulling on your tag ends locks it in place so it doesn't slip anymore. Then you would just trim down your tag ends. I do this a lot on my main line, especially when I'm re-spooling my line and I've got braid at the bottom that's never been touched. We'll go about half spool, cut it off, do a uni to uni connection, and then re-spool the top half. Save some money that way. That's your Uni Knot, uni to uni connection. Alright, this may be a little bit harder to see, but this is one I use a lot for tying on a shock leader onto thinner mono. Basically for the purpose of when I'm distance casting, I want to get out of that heavier shock leader fast and into this thinner mono so it flies through the air better and get better distance. Basically, my leader is 80-pound mono. I'm using this from the leader up to the rod tip, down to the reel, and usually about 3 turns into the reel. And I'm jumping from 80 down to 30-pound mono. And this allows me to stand from the shoreline and cast out beyond the first sandbar when I'm shark fishing, or cast out to the second sandbar when I'm using a really smaller setup for pompano fishing. But real simple here. With your thicker end, the 80, you're just going to do a basic overhand knot. Just got to do once. I'm going to pull it almost tight. Then on my smaller side, I'm going to do a uni knot. Go about 8 twists or so. Six to 8 is ideal. Now I'm not going to lubricate, but since this is not going to be used for fishing, I'm just going to show you this for demonstration. Pull almost tight, but normally you would lubricate it so you don't friction wear your line. Pull the 2 ends close together. At this point you want to go ahead and tighten down the 80 side. Pull your thinner side all the way up and start to tighten it down. And really cinch down. Seems like a big knot, but I tell you what, it goes through the guides just fine. And then basically after you tighten down those tag ends, nip it real close either side. When you go to cast, you hear that knot go through the guides. It doesn't hang up. Back in the day when I used to hang out with the distance casting guides for competition, this is the knot they used. Now most of them are using FG knots going from mono to braid, since that is the smallest knot. It just takes a long time to tie a FG knot, but for fishing purposes, this is really easy, simple to use, very reliable. It doesn't slip, doesn't come undone. You can throw, since this is 80-pound test, up to 8-ounce weight, and that shock leader of the 80-pound will absorb the stress on the line from casting an 8-ounce weight. And then you get out of that 80 real quick, and you have that 30-pound mono there, and your smaller diameter lets you fly through the air faster with less resistance. So give it a try. Works for me. Holler at you later.